guests today are representatives of the Center for Arkansas Legal Services, who will be conducting a free criminal record sealing clinic, also known as expungement, on the Shorter campus Friday, October 27th. And it's open to anyone here, any student who may need that service performed for them, as well as individuals in the community. So pass the word and let everyone know that these fine representatives of the Center for Arkansas Legal Services will be available to assist in that endeavor. Please join me in welcoming our guest today, the managing attorney, Ms. Zena Frazier. Raise your hand. Ms. Zena. Thank you so much for coming, Ms. Frazier. Ms. Julie Howell, staff attorney. And Ms. Kimberly Rella, attorney. And Mr. John Brogdon, also an attorney. So let's give them our full attention today. They have some valuable information for you. Thank you so much. And with that, our panel.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols. And thank you, Shorter College, for allowing us to come today and to speak with you about who we are and what we do and how we can help you if you have any legal issues. Like Dr. Nichols said, we are from the Center for Arkansas Legal Services. We are based here in Little Rock, but what we do, we are a nonprofit legal aid, or a law firm rather. I guess I'm blocking the slides, aren't I? Like I said, we're a nonprofit law firm. We provide free civil legal services to low-income Arkansans. Most of our money, the way that we operate, is through federal money. Our vision and our mission is to defend the legal rights and work for systemic solutions to balance the scales of justice for low-income people and communities. And just really quickly, why do we need legal services? So here, many Americans are caught in what we call the justice gap. And what that means is that's the amount of affordable legal services that are available and the amount needed to meet their legal needs. Almost 2/3 of adults have experienced a civil legal problem in the past 18 months, but of that number, only 14% have made their way to a court, to a lawyer, or to legal aid. Just so you guys know, the need in Arkansas is great. So if you took Verizon Arena and you filled up the top, section of Verizon and you filled up the lower section of Verizon and you stuck one of us in the middle and we said, hey, does anybody need to talk to a lawyer? That represents the amount of folks that one of us would represent for like every Arkansan in the state. So that's a huge number. On average, we get about 30,000 calls a year that come into our helpline. Unfortunately, we have to turn away about half of that. We simply don't have the resources to do that. We don't have the staff to meet that demand. So what is it that we do? We are lawyers. We can help give you counsel and advice about your legal issue. We can represent you in court proceedings or in administrative proceedings. Administrative proceedings are those that are before like the Social Security Disability. They're also maybe before DHS if it's, in regards to your SNAP benefits, to your Medicaid benefits, to being placed on a maltreatment registry. Those are administrative types of hearings. We do lots and lots of legal clinics. Over the summer, we've been doing about one clinic per month. Mostly these are our expungement clinics where we try to help as many folks as we can through one clinic. We do lots of community education, which means we go out into the community. We do events like this, basically telling everyone who we are, what we do, how to contact us. And then, like I said, the demand is so high. We have lots of referrals to pro bono attorneys who have volunteered and signed up to give their time and to help represent those people that we can't represent, and they do all of that free of charge as well. And I'm gonna turn it over to Kendall. She's also an attorney in our office. Kendall does most of the housing work that's in our office. Just quickly, I do all of the public benefits, the disability, SNAP, food stamps, unemployment, child maltreatment. Ms. Frazier is gonna speak in a minute, and she's over our helpline. And then we've got John here, and he handles all of our expungements and veterans clinics. So I'm gonna give it to Kendall.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, as you've heard, we simply are not able to represent every Arkansan who needs legal help. So, in order to deal with that, we try to prioritize the most pressing legal needs that people have, and then we take those kinds of cases. So you're probably wondering, what do? We take cases that increase economic stability for low-income people, cases that protect families and children, that help keep people in safe, affordable housing, and just general special needs cases for marginalized populations. And when we say economic stability, we mean a couple of things. Cases that help people keep their public benefits like SNAP, Medicaid, Julie listed a couple of others, Social Security, disability. A lot of consumer protection, people who have found themselves in debt that they cannot manage, and employment, education, health. And then we also do quite a bit of wills and estates. If people need help writing a will, if a family member has died, and they need help deciding what will happen with the estate afterwards. Then protecting families and children, we also do quite a bit of family law. We do lots of different kinds of cases for people who are suffering from domestic violence. We do just various family and juvenile issues, and then we do minor and adult guardianships for those who need, another person in their life to step in to take care of some issues. We do a variety of housing issues, people who are having landlord-tenant disputes. We mainly help tenants just because we focus on low-income people, but in some cases, like if an elderly person has a couple of tenants, we might help a landlord as well. We help people who are facing foreclosure on their houses. We can do a variety of different cases where somebody might be at risk of losing their home, or say a Section 8 voucher or some kind of housing subsidy. And we also can advise people who believe that they're facing housing discrimination in buying or renting or trying to find a home. And then we can step in and do special projects, clinics, and other activities for different community groups, elderly people, people with disabilities, people who are reentering from prison, etc. And what we can do is if a community has a certain need, we can partner with groups to do clinics and special events. Like for example, we might partner with a senior center to do a wills clinic or something of that nature. And I'll turn it over to Zena Frazier.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Zena Frazier, and I'm one of the managing attorneys of the Center for Arkansas Legal Services Helpline. And so our program has been around for 50 years. We're very, very proud of that. I've actually been with the program for about 20 years. Is there anyone out there that's interested in getting into the legal profession? No? Anyone sort of thinking about it? It is something that is definitely needed. We've talked here about some marginalized individuals. That includes people who are very much in poverty. That includes ethnic communities. Those are marginalized communities. They need your help. They need people who are interested in working in the legal field, whether it be in public service, such as what we do, or whether it be in government work. So that's something at this school you might want to consider. Shorter College has been a part of my life for many years. I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm 53 years old, so I've had a lot of experience with a lot of things that have gone on here, and I'm especially proud that we do have such a successful African American community college here in our area. And I want to just impress on each of you to continue with your studies, to go as far as you can. And definitely, if you're interested in getting into the legal field, feel free to call any of us up to just ask us how did we start, how did we get into it, and what steps you can take. We're going to talk to you a few minutes about an expungement clinic that we're having. We would love for any of you to be able to volunteer for that clinic if you would like to, especially those of you that might be involved with criminal justice here, if there's classes such as that. So if you want to volunteer, please make sure to let us know and we'll make sure to put your name on the list. So we've talked a bit about all of the things that we help you with, whether it's public benefits, dealing with unemployment, Social Security, whether it's dealing with, we've had people to call us in regards to certain school issues. We've had people to call us mostly with housing issues. We've talked about that. What do you have to do to get in contact with us? We have clinics, but we don't have them as often as we would like. So mainly the way you contact us is either online. We have a website, www.arlegalservices.org. We also have a way for you to contact us by telephone. And basically, you would call our toll-free number, skip there, and that is 1-800-950-5817. And we have our helpline open from 9 to 11 and 1 to 3 every Monday through Fridays. But in the event you're in classes during that time, you're employed during that time, we do have some ways in which you can contact us and talk to us about things later. We understand your issues are important. Usually by the time somebody's calling us, they're in dire need. They sort of waited a little too long for someone to look into something, so it's sort of a crisis situation. So please don't hesitate to contact us, to let us know what your legal problem is and see if we can help it. Even if you're not really certain if it's a legal problem, please make sure to contact us because we can tell you if you have a legal problem. Oftentimes you do, we have something that we can help you with, but people just don't know that's the situation. Now, as far as the counties that we cover pretty much the lower part of the state. So that includes Pulaski County, where most of you are probably residing. But if you have friends or relatives outside, that includes Jefferson County, Faulkner County, Polk County, Russellville area, Fort Smith area, down to El Dorado, Hot Springs area. So we cover a lot of territory. So just making sure that you know we're there for you in those 44 counties. So what we have coming up on October 27th is our expungement clinic. So what I'm going to do now is Mr. Brogdon, John Brogdon is one of our AmeriCorps attorneys with our program, and he specializes specifically in dealing with veterans and in dealing with expungements. So he's going to tell you a little bit about what will happen at the clinic, how you can apply to come to the clinic, and if you have any questions afterwards, we will be here. We'll be able to assist you in making sure that you can follow up with that. We have some forms for you. And also, if you want to participate at the clinic, you need some of our assistance, we have some additional forms that we can have notarized for you so we can get the ball rolling on that. Mr. Brown.
All right, so as has already been said, October 27th, we're going to have an all-day expungement clinic. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to have a number of attorneys come in and they're going to fill out the petitions for people. These are petitions to seal. We're not going to do the filing form. It's not like a thing where you come down and you come see us and then the record gets sealed right then and there. It takes a little bit of work, but we will provide a good portion of the legal services for free. What people need is an ACIC background report and, if possible, any sort of sentencing order. If anybody wants to call us and make an appointment, we'll be able to tell them if their record's sealable or not. I'm not going to bore y'all with the law on that. So if anybody has any questions about it, feel free to ask. There's not a whole lot for me to add at this point. A lot of it's been said. So.
Hey, when you speak on sealing, when you say you perform that the record is sealed, what do you mean by that? When you say sealed, it means you cannot get response?
No, so record sealing and expungement are the same thing in Arkansas. Basically, it just makes it so the general public can't can't see somebody's criminal record. So like certain employers will still be able to, like teachers, like schools and healthcare providers, and then criminal justice agencies. And then the court system can always see any sort of sealed records. But it helps with a lot of employers. They won't be able to see it. Landlords can't see it, so they can't deny people housing based on a criminal record. So, yeah, they're the same thing. I see a question up here.
Is this clinic for short students only?
It's going to be for shorter students and members of the local community.
Good question.
Oh, right behind the light, sorry.
Is that basically for first-time offenders, or can someone have more than one felony on their record and be possibly considered?
Can't have more than, it varies. So the first time offenders is like a specific sentencing act. So they're 2 to 3 is like the most you can have in the record.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions?
If I something on my record and I'm continuously going to, say, trying to fill out for, to get an apartment that comes up, or trying to get a good job that comes up, then how would that help me if, everything else is okay?
Okay, so what it allows is for someone to legally say that the conduct never happened and the conviction never occurred. I generally tell people to go ahead and be upfront about it even after it gets sealed, and employers seem to like that a little better. But for a lot of them, it's just for liability issues. They can't hire people with certain convictions on their record. So I don't know if that answered the question.
So are you saying that if someone looks at my record or inquires, they can't see it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. The general, everyday, average person, no. Certain people will still be able to. Yes, sir.
If an application for employment or some other application has a blank on there, have you been convicted of a felony? And you've had your record expunged or sealed, can the person answer no?
Yes. Legally, they can say no. And yeah. Yes, ma'am.
How long is the process once you start the application?
Okay, once you start the application, so once we give the petition to the person, you have to go and file it and give copies to the prosecutor and then the arresting agency. And theoretically, it should take 3 months. Sometimes it's less than that.
Is there a filing fee?
There's a filing fee of $50.
What if you have like charges from another state?
We cannot help with charges from another state. So.
What if you're not giving it for the judge and pay the $50 and all that? Can you still help?
It depends on, so I'm guessing if the judge said no the last time, then it just depends on why the judge said no. Sometimes the judges are just wrong. Sometimes they're right. I would have to know a little bit more about the case.
Yeah.
How do you know if you got anything on your background that will prevent you from like buying a gun, or like my cousin is in the pen and I can't go see him because they said something about traffic or something. I'm trying to figure out why would traffic have me not to see my cousin in the pen.
So we have forms for filling out the ACIC report up here. If you'd like to do that, they'll mail you back a form. They'll tell you what all your criminal history is if you do that.
Is it harder for a habitual criminal to get his record expunged?
Yes. It's one of those things. If it's a bunch of misdemeanors, there's an unlimited number of misdemeanors that can be sealed, but felonies it's 2 to 3. Yeah, sorry.
It was so many years they had done it, that they could expunge it. How many years can someone leave their crime to expunge it?
The It depends on the crime, it depends on when they were sentenced. That's where it starts to get real complicated. So if it was prior to 2014, then it shouldn't, I mean, it's as soon as they complete their sentence or whatever, like, so if it's like probation, like, getting driver's license back, that kind of thing. If it's after 2014, it's a felony, it might take up to 5 years after they complete the sentence. Yes.
So you all have an sealed records, correct?
If it's eligible for sealing, yes.
Do you have unsealed birth records?
That, no.
Through like an adoption, you mean? There was an adoption in the records?
Like it's an adoption record, say for instance, a person need to go into that record in order to find out the correction of the person, to help that person get that record unsealed. Not to use it.
I mean, legally, I mean, that's a process that you can go through, but our program, that's not one of your priorities. I think basically, there's a process that you can go through, so you would have to get a private attorney to assist you, but our program does have certain priorities. As Julie mentioned earlier, we have received 30,000 calls a year, we have only so many attorneys, so we do have to develop priorities for the type of cases that we take. Unsealing adoption records is not something that would sit within our priorities.
Yes, ma'am.
Does it matter if whether you're an act court or what type of criminal thing? Does it matter?
No, it more matters whether or not it was misdemeanor or felony. Does that make, most times we go through PAC court, from what I understand, it should be sealed, but don't take that as 100% of the time. Yes.
What are the chances of us African Americans here in Arkansas to do the fair trial?
We are a civil organization, we don't involve with criminals, so we wouldn't have any statistics for you on that. Who you may want to contact would be the county public defender's office. We have certain people who have gone from our program to work there, or the public defender's office here for Pulaski County. Because basically, we only deal with civil issues. Okay? If you're calling because you have a felony charge for a child support, then if you're trying to see about getting that sealed or something, that would be different, that would be under expungement. But if you're calling because you're looking for representation, because somebody has charged you with felony non-support, then that would again be the public defender's office.
On that issue, what about do y'all help with say for instance a person is paying child support and the mother don't want them to see the child and they need a lawyer to help them go to court to help them see their baby?
As far as with visitation cases, we do have very limited service on that. And the reason is we would be swamped with family law cases if we took certain things like visitation. So we do we have some information on our website. We talked on our, if you go onto our online website at www.arlegalservices.org, we have some interactive forms. One of them is for a visitation petition that can be filed, you know, when you're talking about mother versus father. So that's what we look at. Mostly when we look at visitation, it's probably to stop visitation because of an emergency issue as the child has been endangered during the visitation.
Yes, sir.
My question is, I understand that y'all working to help expunge things off the record. Do y'all help payment or what actually y'all helping with when it comes to expunge? I just left court and I had a little issue.
So, are you talking about payment of the fine or the filing fee for the expungement? Okay, so filing fee, there's some paperwork called an informal pauperous petition, and we file it, and the judge can waiving the filing fee. It makes the process take a little bit longer, and a lot of the judges around Little Rock and North Little Rock are not really cool with it. Yeah, but we can always try.
About the wills in the estates,
All right, we do provide assistance primarily with wills and estates, and if you're trying to probate somebody's estate, especially if you're living in a home, a lot of times what happens is families have generations that are living together, someone here owns the home, they pass, and so now people are trying to get title because they might want to try to get some type of loan through a special program, and thus, that's situations where we would look at wills and estates. If it's a very small estate, we would give you advice on how to deal with what's called an affidavit of small estate and how to get to those forms. And if you're a senior that's dealing with some issues, a lot of times it's husband and wife, husband has passed, wife is needing some issues dealing with policies as well as dealing with the title to the home or something like that, and that we can assist with that. But what I would say on that is really case by case. We need to know what your situation is, so you will call us, and then we will go through your case to tell you whether it's something we can assist you with. And the gentleman in the red shirt?
If you have something on your record that happened when you was a juvenile, could y'all help sponge it?
Theoretically, yeah, but it should already be taken care of. If it's not, it's actually going to be slightly more complicated than just showing up to the expunger clinic. We'd have to take a look at your case. So yeah, that's definitely a case we're going to call under our helpline. Any other questions? Is that everybody? Oh, another one?
Do you have a financial assistance for your clients that may not be able to afford such filing fees or for the court?
That's what I was talking about with the informed impoverished petitions.
Right.
That's really all we can do. We don't have like a fund that we can help pay for that stuff with. So, anybody else?
All right, and on behalf of the Center for Arkansas Legal Services, we want to thank you for your attention, and we definitely want to thank Shorter College for partnering with our program to be able to hold this expungement clinic on October 27th. Thank you.